I come here so often, and I film a lot of videos that never end up making it to YouTube. They get scrapped, or I feel like they're not finished or whatever, and they end up not making it. But I have a lot of clips, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find any of this little area right here. And I've talked about it frequently in the videos in the past about how this little stream goes all the way through the park, and hopefully today we'll kind of follow it. But so many times over the past really like year and a half, this stream has been completely dry. I mean, bone dry, to the point where you can just walk down it, and it's really good to see it completely full again, because when I first started coming here, this is how it was constantly, all the time. And over the past couple of years, it was just always dry, at least solidly for probably a year it was. And I was coming pretty frequently at one point, so it's really good to see this. So the purpose of today's trip was to take the Fuji that I introduced in the last episode and set it up on the tripod and just get a basic, nothing impressive shot to kind of see, just for me, what I'm working with when it's on the tripod. So far I've done nothing but handheld, and every camera that I've had since the past 4 or 5 years have all had image stabilization, and that's helped greatly. Even though a lot of my landscape work is on a tripod, this camera does not have any type of image stabilization, so I'm really interested to see what it's going to look like just with on the tripod with f like 20 or something like that, ISO 100, and just see the detail. So that was the whole point of the day, not to get like a bunch of shots or a miraculous shot by any means, but just to see what the camera is capable of. So. Had some strong winds and a storm recently, and it looks like this little pine didn't make it. So at the present moment, we are on the complete backside of the park. If the park is a circle and we started down here, we are on the other side. And here is the little stream I was telling you about at the beginning. Meandered through the whole park and is on the other side. It's great. So there's the stream right down here. I just came from this trail right back in here. So the stream goes all the way alongside the trail here, all the way, and actually curves back this way, and I'll show you that in just a second. But pretty, I've always thought it was neat. So all along this trail, on this section of it, you see these massive cutouts of these pine trees, and you can actually see the remnants of the canister that they would hook in these pine trees. See another one a little further down. I think these 3 trees right here all have this scarring. I don't know if I would label it as scarring. I don't know if what is actually the name of it is, but a little bit further down we'll kind of go into why this is the way it is in this section of the park. So, here we go with some more right in here, and this one right in here, I don't know how much of this whole section of tree is all responsible for this, but I mean, you can obviously see this is where they carved this one out, and down here as well. Yeah, I know I still have my strap on, but I was using it the other day, so bear with me here. All right, I'm gonna have to change out my new camera here. We've got a little pano right here that I think is gonna work out good. All right, shot down. Let me check the. All right, we're a little. Let's try it again. There is definitely a learning curve with this Fuji that I'm gonna have to get used to for sure. For the most part, it takes really incredible photos. I think this is kind of what I kind of wanted. I'm going to try and get something else before I leave here, but this is for the most part what I was hoping for. I took one at F16, F22, and then F32 just to try it out. So I'm going to try out a few different apertures because this whole medium format has been kind of a trip, and focusing it has been even more of a trip because it seems like almost that my photos aren't quite like as sharp as I had envisioned them to be. Maybe it's the lens, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna do a little bit of research when I get home, see if I can't figure out maybe what's going on. Maybe there's just something like obvious that I just don't know because this is my first kind of introduction to this format. I also want to shoot one image really quickly in RAW. So I was shooting that one in JPEG because you get the really nice crop with JPEG. I don't really think that's going to have a issue though. It just seems like it's got a slight blur to it. It's interesting. And it might just be because I'm viewing it on the back of the camera, which is probably exactly what it is, but all right, we'll keep on rolling. There is a solid piece of metal still there with a nail directly under it from when they tapped into these trees. There's no telling how long that's been there. A while, I'm assuming. Got one right behind it too, right back here as well. So this is what all of the marks on the trees have been about. Turpentining. And by the 1880s, the southern states were distilling more than 19 million gallons of turpentine annually. And they were doing it from these longleaf pines that are in this park. Not all 19 million gallons, but they were doing it here. When turpentine is distilled, it separates into rosin and oil of turpentine. And both of those are used in dozens of products. Now we've switched to synthetics. And then this is a photo from 1937 of a tree that has been cut for turpentining. And then to the right here is probably the best one in the park as far as what this looked like. that's all she wrote for here. I think it's a little over a mile, and saw some plants, saw some trees, saw some mushrooms, saw. Throughout the summer, I was really hoping to get into like bird watching, and I need some binoculars. I got a couple picked out, but I got to save up for them. They're really not super expensive, but they're over $100. So I'm not really into buying like super cheap stuff to kind of get me by. I'd rather save up and just buy a decent pair and have them for years and years. So I'm sure they get way more expensive than that, but for me, like 130, 140 bucks is pretty good. It's a pretty good starting point. I got one picture. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I shot it in 2 different aspect ratios, and I'll probably show both. Yeah, I'm really interested to see continue going with this camera, and to really push it, get it in some good lighting. Not, it's 11 o'clock now, so not like middle of the day, but like, good decent lighting, and really try to see what's capable of, yeah, see what else comes of it. So I don't know where I'm gonna go next. I thought about going, there's a trail, it's pretty good ways down. There's also a couple other areas I thought about going back to and kind of trying to reshoot with this camera, this setup, and my new Fujifilm, just in a sense starting over. I started with landscape photography. I don't want to go back to shooting solely landscape photography. I kind of want to be pretty broad with my photography and video work, but I think kind of grounding yourself back kind of where you started, and not giving up on that original vision of being a landscape photographer is a good thing. And I can go back to a few of these places that I've been to and kind of reshoot them, and yeah, so all right. And also just reshooting them and breaking through this barrier of filming these videos and not really caring if somebody's watching me or somebody sees me or if they're whatever. So yeah.